So since we've checked out the Nuarl N6 Pro 2 previously, we've got a pretty good idea of the performance of what Nuarl and their amazing drivers are capable of delivering. So today we're checking out another model from Nuarl with the same good drivers, and this time it comes with ANC. So will they be any good? Welcome to a review of the Nuarl N10 Plus. Hello, my name is Sean and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I do a lot of tech reviews as well as unboxing, and if that is something that interests you, do consider subscribing to this channel, leave a thumbs up on this video as well as share this video to all your friends around. And with that said, let's get on with a review of the Nuarl N10 Plus. So the N10 Plus today is also provided by Nuarl for a review, and I'm really excited to see if these are as good and as dynamic as the N6 Pro 2. So the N10 Plus retails at USD 164, and that's about 680 Malaysia ringgit, which is slightly more than the N6 Pro 2. But putting it into perspective, it's only USD 14 more for ANC. So if you're interested in buying these earbuds, do check out my links in the description below. So the N10 Plus is a different design compared to the N6 Pro 2 and has a pretty long and huge case. And the case is made out of a glossy plastic finish, and the color that I have here is the light olive color, and they also have one in piano black. I personally like Nuarl's font, and the top of the case here, you get that. Also in a dark olive color, which adds some contrast to the case. And the back of the case, there is also a Type-C charging port, and when you plug it in, the 3 LEDs in the front will indicate the battery percentage of the case in a cool orange color. The odd thing about this indicator is that only the middle one is the case charging indicator, and to tell you the battery life of the case. If you put the earbuds into the case, if it blinks 3 times, the battery is more than 70%, 2 times means 30 to 70%, 1 time means 10 to 30%, and if it flashes quickly means you have less than 10%. The other 2 indicators at the side here indicates whether the earbuds are in the case and charging. So that's quite an odd combination if you ask me. So despite the size of the case, there's actually no wireless charging on here, so that's quite sad. And when you open the lid here, the hinge actually opens and holds the lid up at the end of the stroke to hold it in place, and there's no creaking, no cracking, so everything feels very smooth and fitting for such an expensive earbuds. So inside of the case, you're going to see a small foam padding here, and this time this foam padding feels a lot thicker compared to the N6 Pro 2, but nevertheless you're going to get these good attention to details from Nuarl itself. And you can see that the earbuds do sit quite far away inside the case. It's like they are social distancing as well. Not sure if it's because they need to fit a bigger battery, so they need to make the case bigger, but I believe the case could have been shrunk down a little bit more. So the front design of the earbuds is like a water ripple effect with the Nuarl branding inside, and the entire thing is made of the same plastic material. And Nuarl also uses 2 buttons for the main controls of the earbuds, where the bottom one is the media control and the one at the back here is the ANC control. Good executions, but I would personally prefer the bottom button to move on top, since every time I remove the earbuds, I'm going to hit the bottom button. So the front of the earbuds, you're going to see 2 areas here. The first area is where you can fit a wingtip here. So Nuarl actually gives you a couple of wingtips for you to change up. I'm using the one without the wingtip because I think this fits nicely enough. And at the tip here, you're going to get a pretty standard in-ear style ear tips. So battery life on these are also pretty typical for an ANC earbuds, and Nuarl also splits it between the different codecs, so let's organize them a little bit. So if you run AAC and SBC codec, meaning maybe you use an iPhone or an older phone, with ANC on, you're going to get about 5 hours of juice and 15 hours with the case, and without ANC, you're going to get 7 hours and 21 hours with the case. If you run on an Android device that supports the aptX codec, back. With ANC on, you're gonna get only 3.5 hours and 10.5 hours with the case, really quite short. And without ANC, you're gonna get 5 hours and 15 hours with the case. So it depends on your priority and how you want to play around to conserve battery. Ultimately, charging it up from empty is also very quick at only 1.5 hours. So similar to the N6 Pro 2, these earbuds also comes with Qualcomm's Bluetooth 5.2 chipset with support for aptX Adaptive and aptX support along with the standard AAC and SBC codec. The earbuds also comes with splash and sweat resistant at IPX4, which is typical to some ANC earbuds, although we start to see higher IP ratings on ANC earbuds, so you're gonna get decent protection for your workouts as well as decent splash resistant, and I wouldn't recommend using these under the rain. So these earbuds comes with Qualcomm's true wireless mirroring technology, so you're gonna get the best seamless experience with these earbuds, and you can use either side of the earbuds when taking it out from the case. As to all Nuarl earbuds, these are also HDSS certified, and you're gonna get that high definition audio output on top of aptX Adaptive, and the soundstage on these are also very good, but nothing too crazy like open back headphones. But testing out some 360 sound on Tidal, and you definitely feel the soundstage open up extremely wide. With the same driver and voice coils used in these earbuds, you're also getting the 6mm single wall carbon nanotube composite diaphragm. You're also going to get the same 7N OCC, which also means super high purity single crystal oxygen free copper wire. Definitely a mouthful, and that ensures that you don't have any areas of compromise, especially to give you great sound quality. So finally, good news here because the N10 Plus supports 2-device multi-point connectivity. So from my view, that's one additional feature you're gonna get on top of the N6 Pro 2. So the app that we see here is very similar to the N6 Pro 2 that we've looked at, and it has its own dedicated app. So Nuarl doesn't share their app, and every earbuds gets their own app. So inside here, you're going to see the battery percentage of the left and right, as well as the earbuds in the color of your choice. Similarly, you're going to get a one-pager thing, so everything is controlled in this one page. And we start off with noise cancelling mode, and if you toggle that, there are a couple of options that you can see here. You can either focus on noise cancelling or sound quality, or balance, so you can choose whichever that you like. So the second one is ambient sound. So if you click on ambient sound, you get a couple of options: default, music down, music volume down, or pause the music itself. So there's a couple of options there for you. You can also toggle gaming mode, and below that you're also going to have a volume level setting. So if you like your volume louder, you can boost it so that your maximum volume is higher. So that's something that is customizable in the app. So for all Nuarl earbuds, the equalizer isn't fantastic, and you're going to get a couple of options: default, clarity, and flat. And personally for these N10 Plus, because it's a brighter sound signature, pretty natural sounding earbuds, so I'll go for clarity instead of default. Below that, you're also going to get remapping for your main button as well as your sub button. The main button is the button at the bottom, and the sub button is at the back button. So the main button, you're going to get some media controls remapping, and the sub button, you're going to get the ANC and ambient mode remapping. So below that, you can also toggle whether or not to have voice prompt. Do you want to activate multi-point? So if you don't want, you can actually save a little bit more battery life if you don't want to connect two devices at one time. You're also going to get firmware update, app manual, and resetting information. So that's pretty much all you get inside the Nuarl app. So to the part where I think Nuarl misses the mark here a little bit, the ANC on the N10 Plus is honestly not the most effective. Perhaps it's something that can be software updated in the future when they fine-tune their algorithm, but as of now, they are very mild. So in my road noise test, they let in quite a lot of road noise, probably around 60% gets through, so definitely not the best. And the airplane cabin noise test fares the same and has quite a lot of leaking through. Cutting human chatters is also not the best, but oddly does better than the rest, cutting off around 50% of those annoying chatters. The ambient noise on these are also very subtle with very little amplification, so if someone is talking to me while music is playing, I definitely cannot hear them. So ultimately, I'll give these earbuds about 6 out of 10 for ANC performance. So I guess the natural question to ask is, if the N10 Plus is so good, why do we even consider the N6 Pro 2? So the answer lies in the tuning and sound signature, because the sound signature on the N10 Plus is natural, high quality, and wildly different compared to the N6 Pro 2. So the reason I say this is because the earbuds are not bass heavy at all, and to some extent quite subtle and flattish. And if you appreciate a good bass thumb on any of these earbuds, then these earbuds won't do it for you. These are built so that you can pick out details in the mids and highs of the sound range. So speaking of which, the vocals on these are very clean and bright, unlike the warmer N6 Pro 2, and this one gives artists a clean, bright signature, which is very good in my books. Highs on these are also very good, with very satisfying highs and good cymbal reproduction, and it lets you appreciate how the music is designed to sound like at the higher frequency ranges. So soundstage here is definitely very wide with the HDSS. You're gonna get a nice slightly open experience that you generally don't get with in-ear earbuds. So far I can see how these are designed for different listeners in mind. So to summarize, if you like a bassier, warmer tone, get the N6 Pro 2. But if details and clarity in vocals are important for you, then the N10 Plus will fit the bill better.
So test to see if the Nuarl N10 Plus is a good earbuds for making phone calls, and this is me speaking in a relatively quiet environment, and this is the call quality that you can expect. So what I'm going to do now is to turn on a simulated background noise so you can hear a difference. So now there's a simulated background noise playing in the background. This is the call quality that you can expect from this earbud. So what do you think of the call quality? Let me know in the comment section down below.
So these earbuds perform the same as most earbuds with Qualcomm's latest 5.2 chipset with gaming mode, and they perform really well with games like PUBG. And even in real time, the latency is very minor and mostly not noticeable. Watching videos and movies on these will not have any lag. So let's take a look at the latency performance on these earbuds. So since the two Nuarl earbuds that we've checked out are very different in nature, and they are very good but perform very differently, so depending on the sound signature that you prefer, that's how you can choose which of these earbuds suits you better. So that is it for this review. If you find this video helpful, smash that thumbs up button, share this video everywhere, and if you haven't yet subscribed, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.